everyone. My name is Chloe, and welcome to another TGI Friend Day, and Happy New Year's. If all goes according to plan, this is New Year's Day, I think. So yay, yay, yay. Happy New Year's. Today I have somebody super special, and this lady, she just will try anything, which I love about her channel. I love that about her channel. And as a person, she is one of the sweetest, friendliest, friends. And she's just she's one of those people that I feel like would do anything for her friends, and it comes across in watching her. She's very transparent. She's also how I keep track of Romance Landia stuff going on. So Izzy, go ahead and just introduce yourself.
Hi, so I'm Izzy. I'm from Happy for Now is my channel, and yeah, I don't know. I've known you for almost a year now.
I know,
which is weird. Wild. It feels like forever.
2020 is
is that what happens?
Suck.
Is that what happens when you make friends in a pandemic? It's just everyone's lifelong friends. We've known each other for years. It's only been a year.
You're instant
feels
best
like
friends.
Years.
It does. This year has been a year. So let's get just into the general questions. How did you get into reading?
I have been a reader since I was little. Honestly, my mom's a reader. It's that, she modeled reading, I guess.
Yeah.
It was always a thing in the household. I could always, no matter what was going on, I could always read. It was never not that they didn't monitor me, but it wasn't a monitored activity. You know what I mean? Yeah. It wasn't you're cut off, you can't watch TV or you can't play games all day, but you can read all day.
Okay.
They didn't really limit, but
yeah,
I wasn't that kind of kid anyways, so they didn't have to worry about it. But that it's kind of been always. And when I was little was when so we're close in age, and when Harry Potter came out, unfortunately, by She Who Shall Not Be Named, I was in 4th grade. I think
that would sound about right, because I think I was late elementary sometime, I think.
So I was right at that perfect age, and I feel that's when we saw that kickoff of middle grade books like Harry Potter, Lemony Snicket, those things, and that's really what propelled me forward in my reading.
Yeah,
as I was dropping off maybe more as a kid, if that makes sense, because I feel you hit a weird age in late elementary where you're running out of books, kind of.
Yeah, and reading becomes not cool, especially as you get to the end of elementary, into middle school, reading is not cool. But for us, I feel Harry Potter kind of changed that.
I agree. I think it really did. And I think now there's way better and more options, which also helps.
Yes. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah, I never really thought about it as a kid.
Really?
I was weird. I'm a weird kid. I was whatever. I know at one point I wanted to work in video games.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be an author.
Really?
I never wanted, no, not really. And, I figured I'd just end up in business, which is basically what I ended up doing. So
there you go. Fancy that. Dreams come true.
Sure.
So now you primarily read romance, true?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
How did you get into that genre?
So when I was in college, my roommate introduced me to the Dark Hunter series by Sherilyn Kenyon. This would have been in the late 2000s. And I got an e-reader and I started reading them. Yeah. And it just paranormal. And that time period was the paranormal boom, the first one. So it was just endless, the options.
So like I was saying, one of my favorite things about you is you read some of my favorite Christmas books, which it's how much cleaner can you get? And then you go all the way to the spectrum of the raunchy, weird,
Krampus,
crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite? What's your favorite subgenre of romance?
I don't think I have a favorite.
Really?
I feel I'm the only person who doesn't have a favorite. I love everything for different things. I definitely don't lean as clean as you do. I'm generally yelling if there's not things happening in a book.
Yeah.
If I know ahead of time, I knew with your picks, I was okay, whatever Chloe picks for me is not going to be that. So I can prepare myself. But if I want that, I usually go to YA. If I want cleaner or sweeter, well, not sweet, because I mean a dirty romance can be very sweet still.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard, but that kind of less action.
Or Fade to Black or any of that. Yeah.
I'll go to YA because then I don't want it in my YA personally, really. So
yeah.
But this year it's been like contemporary and paranormal has been like my go-tos.
Yeah.
But I feel like I literally feel like I read all of it.
You do.
And like I feel like if everyone I know like most lean one way or the other, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just over here picking up every other genre.
Yep. So how do you pick books?
This is a fun game because I have ADHD, right? So I can't focus on anything to save my life sometimes.
Relatable.
And which means I can't plan it ahead either because I don't know if it's gonna keep my interest.
Yep.
I basically just look at my Kindle and go.
Yeah. So you download just like a bunch of random stuff onto your Kindle? So you
sometimes I mean I have tons of stuff already on there.
Yeah.
I also will like, the library hold game. What's come in, what audiobook is due in 3 days that I need to finish.
Yep.
I play that game a lot. Like I'm like right now I'm finishing an audiobook that's due in 7 days. So I was like, well, let's do that now.
Yeah.
So that kind of pressures me usually, but I kind of just jump around. I try not to overextend myself in one genre because then I get bored.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like,
genres do you read?
Well, so I'll jump, like if I'm feeling slumpy, I jump to thrillers or horror and stuff like that. That's like way different.
Yeah.
I just try to make sure I always have a mix available.
Yeah.
At all times.
Do you read more than one book at a time?
Yes.
You do?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like
I always have audio and an ebook going. And sometimes I'll have a comic going. Or like I'll go read a manga in between. Or I'll pick up another ebook.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of 3 ebooks right now, so.
Jeez. And you can keep them all straight?
They're all different genres, so of course.
Yeah.
Like one's a fantasy, one's contemporary, one's like a short novella that's contemporary.
Okay.
I can keep it straight.
I, the other day, like maybe last week, was trying to read 2 different books at once and completely different. Like one was thriller, one was romance, and they both had a main character named Holly. And I'm like, what are the odds?
I couldn't do that. I can't do.
I cannot do the same thing. This is why I don't do this.
Do you not even do a different audio and ebook or physical?
Not usually. And if I do, like maybe one will be nonfiction or something that's like not a story at all.
Interesting. So that's how I read so much, is that I'm able to balance at least 2.
Really?
Yes, that is 100%.
Yeah. Well, I almost like probably my favorite way, not my favorite by any means, but is to read ebooks because then you can either like read with your eyes or with your ears.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that is, I guess, how I do it, but I don't know. Who are some of your favorite authors?
I should have known this question was coming. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me look at my Goodreads because I feel like I'm going to forget somebody and then I'm going to be really mad at myself.
Yep.
All right. I'll pick 1-ish per genre that I read.
Okay.
Goodreads is down.
What?
I forgot about this. Yeah.
Is it?
It tells you right now, Goodreads is telling me I've read 0 books.
That like stresses me out. So let's divert topics really quick because you do like online, or not online, but digital journaling, correct?
Yeah.
So do you do that? Like, do you do that for every book you read always, or just readathons and things?
I track I'm not up to date right now, but I like to track every book I read in it because everybody does like. This was born out of my like I want to make spreads like everybody else does where they put the books I read, but when you read 20 books a month or more,
right,
how do you write all that down and not like hurt your hands?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I went digital. So I do track every book I read. I don't always write a ton of notes on the book, but I'll put the cover in and the rating and like what book number it was. That's it. I keep it really simple.
Yeah. If I If Goodreads goes down, I have no idea about anything ever because I have like thought about tracking things and like I've
You
even
don't have a spreadsheet
started.
even?
No, I've started and then I'll be like, oh, I've read 10 things and haven't
Oh my
updated.
gosh, Chloe,
Or
what? How do you not have a spreadsheet? I have to have a backup because what if Goodreads vanishes one day?
I
What if
know.
they just take it away from us? It's gone. And then I don't know what I've read ever.
Or if it crashes and like crashes forever, I'm just screwed. I have no idea. But I just can't maintain it. Or
You've
I
got a
don't.
lot going on with the kids too, though.
I
So I
guess.
get it.
Thank you for giving me excuses.
Oh my, like, come on. It's busy. It's hard. You're at that age. They're at the age where it's hard. It's a lot.
They're demanding little suckers.
Like, there's
Okay.
just, yeah.
So do you know favorite authors?
Okay. So we will say, of course, Sarah McLean is one of my favorite historical romance authors. I think I don't shut up about her pretty regularly. Alyssa Cole, I love a lot, and she's in both historical. She actually has a dystopian book. I've not read that yet. And she has contemporaries.
What's her dystopian?
Off the Grid.
I've never heard of that.
I've never read it.
What do you call when no one is watching?
That would be, I feel like that's a horror more than a thriller.
Really? I haven't read it.
It's more horror than thriller.
Yeah.
It's a weird balance, I feel like. I liked it. Some people hated it.
Very, very slow.
It is. But yeah. I don't know. I don't always need a like fast-paced thriller. I don't know if that makes sense. Like sometimes it's kind of nice to have it was a nice change of pace.
Okay.
That makes sense. Who else? Olivia Dade is a top author of mine. I think she writes some of the best fat representation in her romances, which is something I really love to read. And I think that she does great like anxiety rep and some other things too. This is like, I don't have anxiety, but confirmed from my friends, it's well done. And then who else? Who for Paranormal's Cressley Cole.
Okay.
I love that Immortals After Dark series immensely. Yeah. And then
Katie Robert, is she a favorite?
Yeah, Katie Robert is definitely a favorite for my like books Chloe would never read.
Yes, yeah. I know. I should do the reverse and like let you recommend me books. And
I feel like if you got a rec from me and Jen and Tamika and Steph, that would be a wild video.
It would be like just me being read for.
I say you would just be flushed the whole video
for days.
Who else? Lucy Parker is another author I really love. I've read her whole London Celebrity series. That is a nice medium heat level.
Okay. What are some of your favorite tropes?
I love a good enemies to lovers, but there's a balance that is near impossible. So I believe that a lot of enemies to lovers are just like not really enemies.
Yeah.
It's just like a miscommunication.
Yeah.
And there's not enough there to make them like enemies. Does that make sense? Like I like a solid enemies to lovers where you feel like, they definitely don't like each other.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast retellings, if we're going to count that as a trope, is definitely my soft spot. I will read almost all of them.
Yeah.
Come across my way, like without a doubt.
So with that, like Grumpy Sunshine, is that a thing?
Yeah, definitely Grumpy Sunshine. That would be the
Beauty and the Beast.
The tie-in with that one. I love Grumpy Sunshine.
Yeah.
It's great when they can just annoy the crap out of the grumpy one and you're like, yes, please, just keep annoying them.
Yep.
And they like begrudgingly do the thing that they don't want to do because the Sunshine one won't leave them alone about it.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, that's so sweet. I feel like that's what I do to my partner all the time. So
yeah.
Like, let's go look at Christmas lights. He's, no. I'm like, let's go.
Well, now he's home too. Go do it.
I know. We probably will. We will.
That's a nice quarantined thing to do.
And what else? I'm looking at my list of like tropes on my Goodreads board because I'm that I even have my books sorted by trope on Goodreads. So
and so does Steph. And like that, it's so helpful. I like refer to those y'all's pages, but I can't I've started the categories and then I'm like, oh, I haven't done that for a month.
It's hard too if you do everything on your phone, I feel like,
Yeah.
to add them all to the shelves. So like
Yeah.
I sit down and do it on my computer a lot, and that helps.
Yeah.
And I feel like, of course, the classic like stuck somewhere together is always fun, whether it's an elevator, snowed in at a cabin, etc. And then like maybe there's only one bed, and you're just like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Are there any you don't like tropes?
I don't like friends to lovers.
Yeah.
Because I find it really, really uncomfortable. Okay, I like adult friends to lovers, not childhood friends to lovers. Because when they're childhood friends, there's that gross thing where it's like one of them has been pining for so long.
Yeah.
And not expressing anything about how they feel. And then it's like, wait, what? I didn't know. And it's like, I don't know. I just get really uncomfortable.
You mean like what flipped the switch for the other one?
Yeah, like what flipped the switch for you? Like why? If it's a mutual, I can usually handle it and it's fine. But
that's why I like the combination kind of second chance and friends, like childhood friends, you know, because like if there was like
that can work
or something when they were young and then never like fully actualized until they're adults. That's nice.
Yes, that works for me better than just like childhood friends.
Yeah.
What other tropes? I'm not a big fan of like single parents. I always feel like if it's done well, it's done well and I enjoy it. But when it's not done well, I'm like, where's your child?
Yeah.
like it's like the kid's just a prop and you're like,
yes.
But where's this child? Yes. What have you done with that?
Do you like kids in books?
No, not really.
No.
Yeah. No, it's kind of my low pick on that. I just, again, they have to serve the story in the right way. And I just feel like oftentimes you're going, where's that pet? Where's the kid?
Yeah.
Where they just left in a room, like just hanging out. Like, you just left and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bye, kid. You're not convenient to the story.
Right. Exactly. Like, yeah, they're there, but not there. Or they,
and then like we talked about before, I guess Cowboys is another one I don't read a lot of.
Yeah. Do
I've
you read more indie or traditional published things?
Hold on, I can tell you. I can look at my reading spreadsheet.
Okay. How much do you track on there?
Wait, hold on.
How much? How much do you track? Yeah.
I'm not going to out myself on these things, Chloe.
A lot. That's okay. Like I admire that, and I would love to know all those things. But
I just use one that's pre-created by Brock over at Let's Read is what his name is. He makes one every year, and I use that, and it has been super helpful. Let's see if I can find my indies. To find it on the spreadsheet. Hold on. It's a lot.
Do you do like epic end of the year videos?
I will go through a lot of my stats. Probably not. A lot of it's just for my own brain wanting to know, if that makes sense. More than like anything else. Okay, hold on. I now know where it is in the spreadsheet. Sorry, I know this is like super engaging, but actually I'm like curious now. You're like, you've sparked my like brain of like, oh, now I gotta find out.
I gotta know. So let's say you use this spreadsheet and find stuff out, like you read 75% indie or something. Are you going to try to change that next year?
That's not something I particularly usually try to change.
Just any of the stats. Like, do you use it?
I use it to be self-aware.
Yeah.
I've read 46% self-published this year.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm about 50-50.
Yeah, that's a pretty good split.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. That's great.
So one of the things like I try really hard is to make sure, because I read so much, like I'm at over 300 books this year. I want to make sure I'm reading diversely and that I'm not just picking up like the same authors that get all the marketing push. I want to make sure I'm picking up some smaller names or self-published stuff. So that's the biggest thing I pay attention to.
Yeah.
In my sheet. So I like to just have that quick reference of like, am I reading outside my own experience? Like, am I looking out the window and not just in a mirror constantly?
Yes. I just heard that analogy recently, and that is so good. The windows and mirrors. Yeah, I like that.
I do too. I was like, it's the best way to explain it.
Yeah. So is there anything that you wish there was more of in the publishing world?
I want more sapphic romances, so women loving women, like lesbian romances. That's my biggest wish in the world, because we don't have a lot of that. It's really hard to find. It's really frustrating.
Do you feel like that can be done well if not own voices?
I would hesitate to read it. I would be more open to it because I do think that it's easier for women to write themselves than to write like a gay man.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't really read anyone who writes like gay men romances, like men loving men ones, that isn't like in some way queer. Because I don't know. There's some weird stuff over there around that. But I think it could happen. I want more. Like we've gotten 3 or 4 in the last 2 years from like big publishers, and it's just like, that's not enough. Like that's not fair.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, I wonder why some women make the choice if they're going to write a queer book in some capacity, why there's so many male, like gay men story. Like, why don't they just choose to write about females then?
I think it's just not as popular in a weird way because we don't, I think it's the way society treats it, if that makes sense. Like they idolize that kind of relationship, but then it's like gross when it's women. And I'm like, but
it's the same thing.
Yeah. I personally just like reading about people falling in love at the end of the day. Like that's my favorite thing. So that's why I read romance.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm like, I want to see all kinds of people fall in love, not just, straight couples.
Well, and like Sarah from the Bookish Knitter, she shockingly like made me really like think about that, because she read Hairpin Curves and she said like because they were women and so like is so strong in their communication skills and and that kind of thing, like the emotional connection between the two was more than a male female that she had read before. And I
would agree on that book.
Like,
I agree. Yeah. Like, I loved that book. So
yeah, I need to try it because I feel like that would be a good thing to do. Okay. So since this will air January 1st, I don't know if you will have released them or not, but if you are comfortable, tell me some of your favorites from 2020 or 2019 if you don't want to tell me 2020.
Let me look at my schedule to know when I'm releasing them. Because how
many months in advance do you do?
I'm working on February right now.
Okay. That's not unreasonable.
I have 3 videos left to plan for February.
Okay. And then
But I have staple videos, right? So like I am doing vlogs every Thursday. So that's 4 videos planned.
That's great. That makes me happy as a viewer.
And then, I've got wrap-ups mid-months. That's a staple. So that's part of it too. I feel like I'm just like, okay, this is that.
Once you plug in all the staples, it's
not that many left when you do 3 a week. So
how much do you pre-film?
My goal in the new year is to be pre-filmed a week out.
Okay.
Basically, and then like be filming the next week forward that week. Does that make sense?
Yes. So that's like kind of what I'm doing for Vlogmas is like on the weekend I film that whole week and I'm really enjoying that. I
love pre-filming, but that's why I have to be planned out 2 months in advance ish.
Yes.
So I can like pre-film as much as possible. But yeah, let's see. All right, let me pull up my list. I know. Okay, so one of my highlights of the year, which I feel like anybody will know, is going to be the fact that I got caught up on a manga series called Yona of the Dawn, which I feel like I've not shut up from about like October.
Yeah.
I think from then on I binged about 27 volumes and I love that series.
Yeah.
It's such a really solid political fantasy romance situation. It's got beautiful art. Another favorite of the year will be The Initiation, The Deception and the Obsession by Nikki Sloan, which is a 3-part like really dark romance.
Okay.
It's really twisted and taboo. I loved it. So I know those 2 will definitely be on my favorites list. Beyond that, I haven't played it yet. I'm avoiding my favorites list personally this year.
Me too.
I don't know if I'm going to do 10 books. I'm going to do 20 books because I've read so much.
That's why I don't do recommendations or anything, because I just can't decide. Like I can't, if you tell me 20, I'm going to think of 25, and it, like I can't do it. I can't do it. What are some of your least favorites?
Oh. So I'm doing a whole video about like the wildest books I read in 2020 because I feel like I've been reading some weird ones this year.
Yeah, I would agree.
Not in a bad way, just like in a, this is a weird year. Let's read some weird ones.
Yeah.
My least favorite, Skeleton King by Charity B is definitely a least favorite. That book is disgusting. I do not recommend anyone read it. It involves a lot of really gross things like necrophilia and just it's gross.
Yeah.
It's super gross. I only read it because I did a vlog and I was like, well, if I'm gonna read it, we'll vlog
it. Yeah.
Midnight Sun was not particularly great this year, in my opinion. And I really didn't like a book that a lot of people loved, which was You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel.
Yeah. Is that the one? They're engaged or something, and
yep.
they don't like each other, and
it's been compared to The Hating Game, which should have been the sign that I shouldn't read it.
Oh, really? You didn't like
The Hating Game? Nope,
really?
I hated it. Yes,
you're one of few, I think.
I think I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think I know of 2 other people who don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not like, I don't love it, but I liked it. It was all right.
I read it right in the middle of the hype, and I just really didn't like the lack of communication.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. And then I had the same issue with You Deserve Each Other. I was like, y'all are engaged. Just talk. Just talk to each other.
Yes. Yep. What are you currently reading?
Hold on. Let me pick from the 4 books I'm in the middle of. So I am reading Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bachardius.
Okay.
I don't know how to say that.
Okay.
I just started that. It's a YA fantasy, and the girl is like poisonous to anyone she touches. So I'm very interested. Love the idea of like a monster princess.
Yeah.
I'm reading A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. I've been reading this for over a month.
Okay.
I just haven't been in the mood for fantasy like that, if that makes sense. So I keep not going back to it. And I'm reading Me and Somebody's Son by Christina C. Jones, which is like a short, smutty novella.
Okay. Cool. So I need to know, we're filming this on December 18th. Where are you at with your competition with your mom?
Oh, let me see if Goodreads is working and I will update you. Because I am at like 310, I think. I'm beating her. Currently, I believe.
This airs,
we'll see.
Do you guys have anything on this bet or just bragging rights?
The only thing on this bet is that I am the one in the competition. She does not care.
Yeah. That's funny.
She literally keeps telling me, I'll just stop reading. It's fine. She's like, I just won't read. I was like, if you stop reading. She's like, it's fine. I just won't mark anything as read until January. And I was like, you're going to start this all over?
Nope.
That's so funny. I feel like she's like trying to play it cool, but she really doesn't.
She cares.
Oh my God. I gotta scroll through so many friends on Goodreads to find her. But yeah, she is at, nope, she has no books read on Goodreads. What is Goodreads doing right now?
Well, then the anticipation continues. You better include that.
She was at like 306 last I knew. I know I've slightly taken the lead right now.
It's neck and neck.
Or we're neck and neck. Like we are very close. I wish Goodreads was not down right now. I know.
Worst timing ever.
But yeah, like half of my friends have no books read.
Weird. I like don't even want to look.
This is freaking me out. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, definitely weird. Okay, are you ready for the rapid fire this or that?
Yes.
Okay. Ebook, audiobook, physical or physical?
Audio.
Buy or borrow?
Borrow.
Quiet or background noise?
Background noise.
Indoor or outdoor?
Indoor. Who goes outside? What is outside?
Meet your favorite author or meet your favorite character?
Character.
Book to film or book to TV show?
Both.
Do you watch a lot of adaptations?
Not a ton, but I
Yeah.
enjoy the fact that like some things need a TV show and some things need a movie.
Yeah. Does it bother you when they take a lot of like artistic liberty with it?
Nope.
Yeah. No, backlist or new releases?
Backlist.
No new books or no rereading?
No rereading.
Standalones or series?
Standalones.
Solo or book club?
Both.
Yeah.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
Some books like I want people to talk to about it, and some books I'm okay reading like and talking later.
I feel like the happy medium of booktube, one where you're on your own picking and stuff, and then you can talk to people, or like our traveling book situation where it's like the same kind of thing. I like that. Coffee or tea?
Both.
Really?
Coffee in the morning, tea in the evening or afternoon.
Okay. What are you drinking right now?
Right now I'm drinking a Diet Coke with coconut and lime.
Coconut and lime, how? Like
the Tarani syrup.
Okay. Yeah.
And just like I'm cheap, so I just bought the container of lime instead of limes I'm also lazy. So no limes to cut up, but just that.
Yeah.
Like a couple pumps.
Who needs Sonic?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can blame Crystal for that one. She makes them in her vlogs all the time, and I was like, I have to try this now.
Yep.
So I bought a bottle of syrup, and I was like, well, I have to finish the syrup.
You wouldn't want to waste. So, and lastly, what is your favorite snack?
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Delicious.
I think that's got to be it.
Good choice. Well, that's everything I've got for you. Go ahead and remind everybody where we can find you, because I don't know if we even talked about your book.
Probably not. I mentioned my channel name.
Yeah.
You can find me on YouTube at Happy for Now, on Instagram at HFN_books. And then I'm on Twitter at Lay Petite General. I know it's different than everything else.
And I'll link it down below.
And yeah, that's it. You'll see me talking about weird shit everywhere. That's what I do. I feel like that's my thing now.
It's entertaining.
It is.
It's fine. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yes.
It was fun.
Absolutely.
Chatting. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye.